Hey guys, check this out. We're going to talk about this converter box today. If you've never run converters on your boat, you're going to want to stick around. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more bow fishing content. We're going to try to kick it up a notch a little bit this summer around here and yeah, keep the discussion going. So drop in the comments, let me know where you're watching from, and let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Never really talked about this before on the channel, and I'm getting ready to tear this box down. I know there's a lot of you out there who've never seen this, so I thought it'd be a great opportunity to talk about converters, how they work, and how they can be a huge asset on a bow fishing boat. So come on in here, bud. This is a converter box. Now, this is a Stanley Fat Max toolbox that has a water seal on it, so you know it helps on the boat. But I've got two converters in here. I've got a 24 volt converter and a 12 volt converter. Both of them are Power Maxes, and I'm going to show you how we've got this box set up. So as you can see, heavy duty extension cord. Just because it's going in a boat, I want to make sure that you know, I'm not skimping on anything, because that's going to see a lot of abuse. I tell you what, let's start over here, right here on the side. Get down low if you can. I've got two Anderson connectors, okay, and these are just like this, these 50 amp Anderson connectors, and I've got them bolted in the side of the box. All right. One's for the top converter and one's for the bottom one. I'm not exactly sure which one, because it's been years since I've had this apart. But then, as you can see, I've got a fan and a grill on both ends of the box that pulls in fresh air and exhausts the hot air. But back up just a second. So the way this was set up, I had a cable like this with battery terminals for my 24 volt system, and then I kept a set with jumper cable ends just in case I needed to charge a battery. So I had this box was specifically for my 24 volt troller setup, so it was wired in all the time and it never left a specific area. But if something were to happen to where my main battery that started my motor started to get low, then all I had to do was grab the battery terminal, yeah, the alligator clip wire. I had to grab that out of the box and plug it in, and you know, it would actually charge my my main battery at 55 amps, which is a lot. So let's get in here and explain what all we've got. So as you can see, there's two converters in here. This one is a 12 volt 55, okay, so it produces 55 amps, and I think the draw on this, if I remember correctly, was about 750 watts, okay, so that's how much it took to operate it on the generator. And then the one down lower in the bottom, that's a 24 volt converter, and it was a 40 amp, I believe. You guys will have to go to Power Max's website to look at the specific numbers, but that one down there I think was like 1400 watts, 1450, something like that. So how this operates, if you come down here to this end, we've got so each converter box has its own, you know, typical plug with a ground, right? And like I said before, here's my 12 volt one. It's just laid down the bottom, and then the other one is sitting down here and plugged into a outlet. So our extension cord comes in and it powers this outlet, and then I can plug both converters in at the same time and it powers the entire box. And the converters only work on whichever one is plugged in. If it's not plugged in, then it's actually not drawing any amps, okay? And then our fan system is just wired both of them are wired into the 12-volt side because those are 12-volt fans. So it took me a second to remember this portion of the video. I had to go back and plug it in to remember what and how this operated. So as you can see, I don't have it plugged in, but my fans are operating because I have the 12-volt system plugged in to a battery sitting right over there. So just by doing that, that back feeds the system, and then this red and black wire right here goes down to both of my fans. Those little fans don't hardly draw any power at all, but if I need to charge that 12-volt battery, all I got to do is plug in that plug, and we got 55 amps going over to that battery right there with help from our generator that's going to cost us 750 watts. So needed a little clarification there, and there you have it. Just fans for like computers and things like that. And when I hooked them up, I made sure that one's pulling air in. Actually, this one over here pulls air in because the end of the converter right here actually has a fan, and it pulls fresh air, or it pulls hot air out of the box and sends it this way. So this fan over here is my exhaust, and it pushes it out the end of the box and brings air in. Now, you can see right here, here's my Anderson connectors over here in the corner. This is a great way, especially if you got a smaller boat or something where weight is a big issue for you. You can build a converter box like this out of a toolbox. You see right here is our rubber seal, okay, and that's going to prevent a lot of moisture from getting in this box, as well as the grills on front of the fans here will keep out any bugs that wanted to come in here. So really is a cool little project. We got a little bit of all thread here. Those actually might be carriage bolts if I remember right, but they just drill through the bottom, okay, and everything's stable to where you know, it can't move or slide around in here. But when you're building a box like this, you really got to think about a lot of things, because that converter is great because it can charge your batteries, right? But if you're wanting just for a trailer setup, you got to think about what generator I've got. Okay, if you're running 1500 watts of LEDs and you're going to try to put a 1400 watt converter on there, and you want to run those at the same time to be able to operate everything, you know, together, then you're going to need a minimum of 3000 watt output on your generator. Now, you don't want to buy a 3000 watt generator to be able to pull 3000 watts all the time. You're going to need something even bigger. So lots of guys will run a converter just while they're moving. Like I said, this one's 40 amps. And if you want to be still and be quiet and fish silent, and then right before you get ready to move, go to the other side of the lake or whatever, turn the generator on, plug in your converter, and that 15 minutes or whatever that it takes you to move from spot A to spot B is putting 40 amps back in your troller batteries. That's greatly going to increase the amount of time that you can run in a night. Guys, I hope this helps. As always, shoot straight, shoot often. Don't forget to wear those personal flotation devices, and I'll see you right back here. Blow it up in the comments and let me know if you guys have ever run converters on your boat, or you want to know more about how to wire them, how to hook them up, and how they can benefit you to make you a better bow fisher. We'll see you guys. Thanks.